Hi, everybody. This is my first time going solo. I'm in my room here. I have to say that I really miss having someone take care of all this stuff for me. And as you can see, my camera quality isn't all that great, but we'll get through it. So I'm really happy to have you here today. I am just so willing to be able to give you a message that will bring you hope or inspiration or insight for the next week. So I'm just going to try and be as quiet as I can here, and I'm just, well, not quiet, but I won't move so much because as you can see, the camera is fracturing. So next week I will have a vid cam that I can hook up to this. I was told that's the best thing to do. Always too late, right? So all I could do is ask for my angels to be here and help us through all this. And again, welcome, welcome. You're all you have to do is ask for a card, and I will pull one for you. I hope you are all receiving this broadcast. I am so excited to be here. One of the things I wanted to talk about today was I wanted to talk about judgment. Now, I was looking for inspiration because I usually give a little bit of a talk before we start. My uh, my very close friend Carolee and I were talking this morning, and we were talking about judgment. We were talking about what is it when we see somebody and they're dressed a certain way, especially dressed a certain way, and we make assumptions about these people about the way they're dressed. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry, when it comes to judgments, I really have a bit of a problem with those people that wear their jeans way down, almost to their knees, and just say no to crack, right? That's all I can say here. And so yeah, we all do hold judgments. We really do. It might not mean that person isn't a good person. It might mean they have poor taste in clothing or fashion. It's hard to say which, but it's an expression of what they are liking in the moment for whatever reason. It's really eye-opening. I can remember a while back when when I was working with young single moms and working with personal development and parenting classes. That was absolutely one of my dearest, favoriteest jobs that I ever had. I could say that the girls were lovely. And these were for single moms, young single moms, 18. And it was remarkable, these women. Well, there was a fellow that came into the office, and he was wearing a T-shirt that said, "I love Satan." Now, the women who were running the program through the Heritage Foundation took one look at that, and they were terrified. They just, they wanted to save this guy before he even got in the door. But afterwards, we found out that this was the only this was all he had to wear. He was homeless. He had no food. He didn't know where he was going to spend his next night, let alone breathe his next breath. He was absolutely destitute. So we can never tell, can we? We can never tell whether people are, what kind of shape people are in. Apparently, this T-shirt was given to him, and it's like that's what he was going to wear. He didn't care what it said. So you see, it's those kind of judgments that we make about the way people are dressed, about the way we view each other. Yet, try looking for a job, and I had a gal come in when I was working in fashion. She was dressed in well, let's just say a t-shirt and some really crappy jeans. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Shelley. Thanks for joining. Well, here's a girl that's coming into a store it's Laura Plus at the time, and it's fashionable. It's very fashionable, and it makes you wonder how a person would walk in with just looking so sloppy. I thought she looked very sloppy. And even though we're not supposed to judge people on anything like that, it was absolutely incredible that I had to judge her and say, well, if you're coming for a position, why would you dress like that? I had to ask her that. And she said, I just got off the bus. She said, I didn't have time to go home and change. I had to be here at an appointment for somewhere else, and I thought I would drop my resume off here. I said, I would really appreciate it if you would come in another time when you are fully ready, your work ready. You need to, please do that. But she was very well qualified. She was just having a bad day. So you see, we make all these judgments about people based on the way they look, about the way they dress, and really we have other things to be more concerned about, I feel. We really do. I feel we need to be more concerned about why we judge people in the first place. I think we need to look at that. I also think we need to look at why we would, there's days we don't look that great. Right now I am staying with a very close friend of mine. I'm staying with Carolee at her mobile home. Well, she has a beautiful mobile home, beautiful yard. There's no way that's trailer trash. But try and tell that to somebody who has that judgment about, oh, you're staying in a park yet. Oh, trailer trash, but it's a beautiful mobile home park. It just the way that the way things come up. She had a home before this. She sold it. Now she's living in this beautiful little park. I have to say that when it comes to judgments, it distances us from a person and who they are. And so next time you are having a judgment about somebody, about their makeup, the way they dress, the way they look to you, put that aside. There's also another little thing called intuitive mumbo jumbo that you can be intuitive, but what ends up happening is our judgment can actually piggyback. It piggybacks our intuition. So just say, for example, you're very religious and you have this judgment that all witches, people who are Wiccan or pagan, are bad people. So you're standing on a street corner and this woman walks up beside you and you go, oh my God, that is somebody who's pagan. And so your intuition could be dead on, but you've already judged that she's evil. You've already judged that she's a bad person. And that's because of your judgment. You'll never get to know anything about the beauty of that religion that she is involved in. You'll never get to know about the beauty of that person. So think about these things. Think about these things. Okay, so next time you have a judgment, you're holding somebody in judgment because of something superficial. And if you say, well, I intuitive this, you need to ask yourself, is this really what you intuitive? Okay, is it correct? Is it correct? Or is it a judgment that's piggybacking my intuition? Because it does that. So I'm going to leave you with that. I am going to get to my cards now, and I'm going to start reading for people. Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. I'm going to pull a card for you. Okay. This is actually not a bad card. It's the Seven of Crystals, and it looks to be like just some challenges have got you down right at the moment, and don't go there. Don't go there, because there's always a solution. There's always something that comes up that is a resolution for wherever it is you're going or whatever it is you're doing. So make sure, my darling, that keep your mind, even if you have to write. Writing is one of the most powerful things because it grounds us. So whatever that issue is, just keep writing. Just keep writing about it every day before you put your feet on the ground. How remarkable your life is. My crystal bowls are singing to me as I'm speaking. So anyways, make sure that that's what you're doing. Make sure that you've got all of that going on for you. And again, do the work. It's so important that we do the work, And I know we get busy sometimes, and I don't know if I want to write that, it's bad time, but do that. It's probably one of the best things you could do for yourself. Okay, my dear, I'll leave that with you for the week. Oh, and also, hi, Shelley. Yes, I would love to give you a card. It looks to me like you again, it's a money card. It's about abundance. And looks to me like it's new beginnings. It looks like you're having to look at new ways and be more resourceful about how you bring money to you. But please don't feel bad. I'm going to tell you the same as I told Sheryl. Just keep going back to writing about it, doing what you can in regards to that. Okay? There's nothing so bad that it can't be resolved. Just, hang in there. Just hang in there. And leave yourself open for new ideas to come in. Ask for new ideas. When you put your feet on the floor, say something along the lines of, today I'm going to be inspired. Today I'm going to be shown a way that I can bring more abundance into my life in a way that not only serves others but serves me. Okay, so remember to also say that. It's so important we leave that out so much. Okay, and all right, and Lynn, I would love to give you a card. Hey, when are you coming for coffee on my deck? It's nice and sunny. There's tulips that are blooming. There's all kinds of stuff that are coming up. It's a little piece of heaven out there. I'm telling you. Look at, I'm even getting sunburned, or as my niece would say a long time ago, she used to call them sunbums. I'm getting a sunbum. Lynn. Oh my goodness. Okay, it looks like you're having you're a little challenged, a little overwhelmed with things. And again, I think we need to, kind of back off a bit and look at the bigger picture, because when you see a huge wave coming at you, you're panicking, and maybe you're not panicking, but you're kind of wondering, okay, can I run from this? What do I do with this? You get out your surfboard and you ride the wave, hon. And one thing after another. Understand that last week I had mentioned about hell in the hallway, and there really is hell in the hallway as you're moving from one to the next, as you're going from point A to point B. Just keep moving. Just keep moving, and knowing that whatever it is that comes up, all it is something that needs releasing, or it needs to be looked at with new eyes. And trust me, there's always people around that will give you new eyes on things. So so did I get everybody so far? Okay, this is wonderful. Okay, so let's go back to talking a little bit about judgments. And I want to go into a little bit about how we judge ourselves. And that often seems to be coming up it comes up so often. I want you to pay attention to when things are going wrong or things are going bad for you, or at least they feel that way. Ultimately, there is no bad and there is no wrong, ultimately, in the bigger picture of things, in that greater spiritual aspect of things. I know we would probably disagree in many different ways. We would disagree. you know, but pay attention to what you're saying to yourself when it comes to how things are going, how you're feeling about things, what happens when what comes out of your mouth. You should hear what comes out of my brother-in-law's mouth when he hurts himself, when he stubs his toe. All of a sudden, he's just, the world is a terrible place, and he's one of the, the world is a terrible place, um, and I can tell you that it is absolutely incredible how we revert back to that, and that he's the worst person on the planet, and because he might have stubbed his toe. When I stubbed my toe, I broke my little toe. I picked up the metal frame that was on my bed. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, or 3, and I literally lifted. I was so angry. I lifted the bed up, threw the mattress off that frame, folded the frame, stomped up the stairs, went out in the backyard, and just tossed it out there until morning. I don't think I could have done that all by myself at any other time. But oh my God, anger can really get you going. So make sure that anger, you transmute it. Can you imagine being that powerful and that strong and just, getting all juiced up about things? Oh, I'm telling you, it's absolutely wonderful. So stop the judgments around yourself. It really is important that you do that. And just as you judge others, you're also judging yourself. Now, suffice it to say, we are on planet Earth. Suffice it to say that we are going to have judgments and that we are going to be more, hopefully, more discerning. But our whole journey isn't about what people are dressed like, how people behave or act. That isn't our greater journey. Our greater journey is about learning to love ourselves unconditionally. And by doing that, it lifts our vibration. It actually helps our world be a better place because it depends on which window you're looking at. Here's this window that's got nothing but war and people hating on each other, all those things. Now there's this other window, and it tends to get ignored. And that other window is the one that is all about love and like the old hippie that I am, that love and peace. And I do believe in those things. I really do. I see more and more of that all the time because that's the window I choose to look out. And this can happen for you as well. So choose to look out that window. Choose to look out at people who might be dressed a little bit funny that you meet in the street, and you think, "Oh my God, why is that guy's pants hanging down to his knees?" Who cares? In the long run, it is really about who we are. I'd also like to